The comparisons I wanted to give are Quinton and Greg Doucette. So they each have videos of them at like their peak nattiness, so like their most impressive physique that they had before they hopped on the Sazul. And I thought that was good to kind of bring up as a gauge to look beside this guy who is literally What's up guys, Derek, moreplacemordates.com. Today we're going to be talking about the natural guy in the classic physique Olympia. So it's come out of the woodwork, who it supposedly is. And if you saw the video I did the other day, Rough Diesel claims there's a natty in the Olympia top 10. Basically, he posted a story that got a lot of traction where he basically said, is it possible to make it to the Olympia without steroids? He said, no one will believe me, but there was at least one in the top 10 list here. Don't blow up my DMs asking who. It's kind of funny because one of the top comments in my video was don't blow up my DMs asking who is like yeah, I have a girlfriend but she goes to another school. Which is like, it's like, could you put it more accurately? So I thought that was fucking funny. But I was actually reached out to by a couple people who seem to have some insider knowledge, I guess, on who's claiming natural and whatnot. And he said the natural guy Terrence is referring to is Deandre Campbell. And apparently Terrence has mentioned to a decent amount of people that that's who it is. So maybe saying don't blow up his DMs asking who because he doesn't want to answer a million people. But apparently he's, you know, told at least some people. And yeah, like that's the guy to the top 10 supposedly. So I wanted to go look at his progression and kind of see, does it look like he's enhanced? Like when I was looking at everyone in the video, it seemed like pretty clear as day. No one really stood out as an outlier. So it's kind of interesting that these are guys with top elite phenom genetics all on gear. And then there's one guy who has elite phenom genetics that are somehow like God tier above the elites, where it's like as a natty, he's like beating guys who are elite tier genetics on gear. So it's just, you know, like you can see where the skepticism would be for pretty much anyone hearing this. So I wanted to go to the guy's page, and he doesn't claim natural. He doesn't say anywhere he is. He doesn't talk about it. So who even knows if this is the guy? Or maybe he doesn't even say it. Maybe there's just a huge miscommunication. This isn't even a fucking thing. But I wanted to see how much room he has to work with too in the weight class, because presumably if this guy's natural, I speculated whoever was the natural guy would just blow up in the next few years once he saw, oh, I can make the top 10 at the Olympia. So if I just take gear now, I'll come in first next year, obviously, which is what the logical conclusion any guy who's natural in the top 10 would probably come to. So I was thinking, okay, well, this guy, he's obviously going to blow everyone out of the water next year. But turns out he's already at the top of his weight cutoff for the division. So first of all, look at these guys' arms and be like, I don't know, dude. It's fucking hard to justify that, in my opinion. Like, here he is standing against the best guys in the world and like making them look like he's as good as them. He's supposedly natural. I don't know, dude. So anyway, where is the part about weighing in? He said hitting his weight cut was, okay, so here we go. 207 cutoff, weight 205.6, made weight. Now he's slowly carb up. So this is right before the Olympia. He depleted down to 205.6 from whatever his, you know, I don't know, whatever his normal walking around weight is, and like barely made weight. So at his height, he is, where is it? How much do you think you'll gain weight-wise from the carb up? I have no clue. Something about his height was in here I saw 2 seconds ago. So you're 5'11", or am I off? He says 5'9.5". So 5'9.5", 205.6, like dialed in, like depleted. Fucking insane, dude. So obviously very difficult to believe. Here he is doing some hammer curls looking like an absolute truck stick. And I kind of wanted to compare it to some of the old, like there are some pro bodybuilders who have actually come out and shown some of their old like natural footage to kind of show as a gauge where the explosion like took place and kind of what is an elite phenom looks like as a natural. And these videos are actually pretty interesting because you can compare it against this guy and get a more realistic judgment in terms of if this is even possible or not. So before I bring that up though, I'm going to bring up this story that I got sent of his progression. He actually posted a progress reel on his Instagram the other day, and I thought it was you know, a pretty good way to judge kind of how his physique has come, where his genetic baseline is. Like here he is at 17 years old in 2007 and progressing throughout his career. He's obviously always had a strong genetic baseline. 18 and 19 years old here, not looking like he is now, obviously, but well on his way. Like you can see the roundness, the delts already look saucy as fuck, and he is only I don't know what year this was. 2000. Oh, this is 2015. So he jumped quite a bit ahead here. So when was this? 2007 to 2015. The back shot, and then here he is, 2015. Looking down. He actually used to compete as a It's not like he's not a bodybuilder now, but he used to compete as just like a plain bodybuilder, not classic physique, back in 2015. Here he is. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Most of us have heard that before. Which is true, by the way, obviously. Here's a throwback, flexing backstage, 2017, throwback to 2015, I guess. Posing. So yeah, from like 2015 to now, I don't know, like it looks like he's been perpetually saucy for at least a handful of years. Or like look saucy, you know what I mean? So yeah, fucking insane physique. And you can see why he is a top 10 classic physique competitor. 2014, before I ever wanted to pursue bodybuilding. So he has a classic, I don't know, a good, what would you even call this? A good like Magic Mike bod, a bit of more buffed up, like Magic Mike-esque looking physique. So anyways, and this was at 18-9, oh, right is 26. I remember when I was recruited by 07 by IU, they had asked my high school coach, well, is he a hard something? So anyways, that's his like progression from teenagehood to current, more or less. You know, obviously we didn't see year to year or anything. There was quite a big jump there, but I thought that was worth bringing up nonetheless, because it shows what he looked like when he was in his first few years of training, where you would, you know, presumably make the bulk of your progress as a natural and then, you know, tail off thereafter and not really make a whole lot of difference in the years subsequent to that, unless you were doing something that was severely inhibiting your progress, like, I don't know, fucking duathlon training or some shit. So anyways, the comparisons I wanted to give are Quinton and Greg Doucette. So they each have videos of them at like their peak nattiness, so like their most impressive physique that they had before they hopped on the Sazul. And I thought that was good to kind of bring up as a gauge to look beside this guy who is literally competing at the classic O and, you know, beating guys who are genetically blessed as hell on gear, and he's doing it potentially naturally. You have to, again though, he doesn't claim natural anywhere that I've seen. This is just down the grapevine, people saying, by the way, there's a random like mystery dude in the top 10. This is who it is. It somehow trickled down to the point where this guy is apparently claiming natural without advertising it though. So anyways, here is Quinton, freaky natural bodybuilder at 21 years old. So this is him posing before he was an IFBB pro. The caption, hey guys, got a fun throwback clip for y'all. Hope you enjoy it. This was taken in 2017. I actually documented a lot of videos of training and posing from contest prep that year. This is when I got ready for the show that I earned my IFBB pro card. I was 100% natural here, so that means I didn't use a damn thing. All you dudes using SARMs, y'all ain't natty. So okay, well, I'm saying the fucking thing out loud that he's saying. Anyways, enjoy the vid. I was not a very good poser at the time. It is still a work in progress. The video was taken on March 2nd, 2017. Okay, so let's see. These drawers are about to fucking fall off his ass here. Okay, so here he is from the front, looking not small at all. Like, he's fucking huge, and he's aesthetic, and he's cut up. But you can tell the round muscle bellies, the potential he has. Like, if this is indeed natural, you know, it's pretty obvious why he's made that ridiculous jump from here to where he is now. Like, he would not be on gear and then suddenly be able to jump the amount of pounds and lean mass he did in the time frame he did if he was already like peak Sazul here. So, you know, this is a good example in my opinion, and I see no reason why this guy would be lying here, you know, especially because he's open about his use right now. And this seems, I don't know, comparing this to this it's like, I don't know, dude. You have to keep in mind though that Quinton is 6'1", so obviously muscle is going to look more compact on a 5'9.5" frame, but still, man, the amount of mass this guy is holding, like, it's very, very difficult for me to get on board and be like, okay, yeah, this is realistic for a phenom naturally. Like, seems fucking mental to me, but you know, that's just my speculation. Here he is at the gym, looking like, can you imagine if this guy then hopped on gear? If he was an open bodybuilder before, you would think the no-brainer decision would be, well, I guess you can't gain any more lean mass because you're gonna grow out of your weight class for classic. So I would think, you know, if you were this natural, you would hyper respond, hopefully, and then or you'd probably have a fucking insane physique after you took a decent amount of gear, and you'd end up on the open Olympia stage. So considering this guy was an open Olympia competitor before, or an open competitor before, I'm surprised he didn't, pending that he's actually natural, I'm surprised he wouldn't hop on the Sazul, get to the open Olympia, and start nuking dudes. So, like, this looks absolutely fucking bonkers, dude. Let's look at the Greg clip, and I guess we get another example of peak Natty. A lot of people don't believe him here, but, you know, you don't have to believe him. You can, you know, some people don't want to believe him. That's understandable because he looks fucking nuts. But this is another example that we're going to use here to put beside the Quinton one. So here is Greg peak Natty, Quinton peak Natty, and then Deandre Campbell at, I don't know, peak Natty? Like, I don't know, dude. It's, like, I guess he is, like, if you were going to compare physiques, I guess a better comparison would be this guy against Greg, because at least they're a bit closer in height. I don't know, dude. But for me, it's hard for me to even conceive and wrap my head around that somebody in the top 10 of the Olympia is natural and is not doing what he can to maximize his potential, you know? Like, it's a very, very uncommon thing for an athlete to have such, like, die-hard beliefs against hormone use that they will literally limit their potential, even if it's just like seeing how far they can take it with a couple of years or a few years even. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this is realistic for God tier genetics? Do you think it's possible to be in the top 10 as a natural and be beating guys who are just sub of God tier genetics, I guess, and are on gear? All the comments help the algorithm and they're much appreciated, so drop them down there. And if you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. Obviously, if you want to check out Deandre Campbell, he has a good Instagram page, and obviously he's a very promising athlete in the classic physique division, so go give him a follow and check out his stuff. And keep in mind, he doesn't claim Natty anywhere publicly, so I don't even know if he does. This is just like down the grapevine kind of shit. So this is more of a Natty or not, just in general, not saying he is actually claiming it. This is just a speculative thing based upon what people he's competing against supposedly are telling people. So we shall see what happens with that, you know? It'd be interesting to see if he was indeed natural, if he hopped on gear and just started nuking dudes. So we shall see. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.